And I think that means we're live, actually. I think miraculously, I believe we're live here on Narrative Live
You think?
with
I
the
don't think
great
so.
Lev
No,
Parnas is here. Maybe we're not. We'll just double check while we make sure that
no.
it's happening for us.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. See. Oh, yep. We are live. We
See,
are live.
magic of the internet.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
nose
Wow.
is,
Look
I
at
haven't even
you.
had a chance to get ready, properly ready. So give me 1 second while I quickly do this. It's the worst having, it's so cold in Toronto. I went out today, it's insanely, insanely cold in this incredible snowstorm that we were having today. So I'm a little raspy for many reasons, but that's one of them. Lev, I'm so excited you're here because we're going to get an update tonight on what's going on with Michael Cohen. And many people are asking, why are we picking on Michael Cohen or whatever? We're not picking on Michael Cohen. This is a story about Epstein. This is a story about Donald Trump. And as we have all been working very hard to get at the truth behind who Donald Trump is and what his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is and was obviously, it's important for us to ask the question of what Michael Cohen knew and when did he know it. Clearly, he's been
Absolutely.
hiding some things, and tonight there's even more evidence to suggest that the extent of how much he did for Donald Trump over those years of service, the amount of threatening interactions that he had with people, numbered into the hundreds, not just the one or two,
Yeah.
but in the hundreds. And that's his own words in his own testimony, which we'll play you tonight. So, these are the reasons we're asking these questions, because if he threatened others, if he took care of Stormy Daniels, if he took care of other people, how is it possible that he didn't take care of Katie Johnson? That's one question. And the other biggest question that we're asking is about the criminal financial interactions that happened, especially around 2008. And Lev, last time he was on the interview with us, where I confronted him about some of those things,
Yep.
he actually let slip some really important information. And I don't think he realized he was doing it at the time. But when I went back and was doing the work for The Greatest Heist, it became very apparent to me that he had actually let us know something in that interview that we didn't really know before about Trump's financial health at the time. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but there's some really interesting information which actually does
Wow.
implicate him in the very key, financial money laundering events. You might call them crimes. I
Wow.
mean, they're not crimes officially yet, but they sort of look like money laundering events. And you wonder what he knew and what he didn't know back then. But you had an interaction as well earlier on when you were on with Tara Palmieri on your own live. What happened? I don't have the clip, unfortunately, but I know you had a big interaction with her. What was that about?
Yeah, it was. So yeah, so I mean, this story keeps getting evolving over, and it's evolving quickly. First of all, Michael Cohen, like you said, Zev has knows a lot more than he's saying. Not only about, like you said, Katie Johnson, Epstein, which we already know for a fact because we just is seen already his name in the Epstein files. And while we're talking about that, folks, please spread around, those of you that have it, the petition that we have going. We have a petition signed up to make sure that Congressman Ro Khanna and Massey call up Michael Cohen, Michael Wolff, and Steve Bannon to testify while we're waiting for the other dump paper. So sign that petition because we need as many names as possible to let's make our voices loud. So yeah, so we kept pressing Michael. Eventually, Michael went dark. He started, everybody started walking away. Certain people still are yet to walk away. We're waiting to see their responses and how they react with Michael. But in the thick of things, me and Tara were going over the latest news and what we're hearing. And one of the things that I said I heard, and I said I can't confirm it. Me, Zeb, when I confirm it, I confirm it. When we just
Yeah.
hear something, I said, listen, something I'm hearing that, Michael Cohen might have had conversations with George Santos. And Tara was like right away, well, can I call Michael Cohen right now and ask him? I said, of course you can. Bring him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? So
Why
Tara,
not? The more
as
the
we
merrier. Let's
as
ask
we're
him the questions.
absolutely. And so as we're doing our live, Tara texts him. She texts Michael, have you asked George Santos questions about how getting help to get a pardon?
Oh,
And he
George
doesn't
Santos.
respond.
Remember George Santos? That's a name
George
from the
Santos.
past.
Yeah,
He's out
George
of prison now,
Santos.
right? He made a deal with the president, and He's been pardoned, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Commutation, but
Commutation.
similar.
Okay.
He got commutation. Yes, he got out of prison, and so the interesting part is, listen, not, without nothing nefarious, I have no secrets. When I used to be on the X platform,
Mhm.
we used to do a lot of debates, and George Santos, me and him became associates on that platform because we would debate a lot. Eventually, then when he was going to prison, and I'm not going to divulge it because one thing has nothing to do with it. As a human being on a human side, he asked me certain questions because, well, I went through that process, and through that process, because of different conversations, I introduced him to Michael Cohen.
Okay.
And they had their own conversations. There was a documentary or something. I think George or I'm not even, I don't remember all the particulars, but had their own relationship. To the fact that when George came out, Michael Cohen wished him also happy, I'm glad you're out, and stuff like that. So
So you knew they have a
Tara did not
relationship
know
for a
that.
while back because you introduced them.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
and again, like I said, and so again, we're trying to get to the truth. This is not like we're trying to just, blame anybody.
Of
So I
course.
told that to Tara, and Tara's like, can I call George? Let's get an answer right now. I said, great. I said, let's do it. I said, text George and let's see what George says. And, let's get to the bottom of it. If he didn't, he didn't,
Yeah.
let's verify what, what we're hearing. So it's incredible, folks. You gotta watch the episode because this is what live Substack is all about. So Tara starts texting George Santos, and George Santos responds very suspiciously with a LOL.
What did she actually ask him? Do you know what she asked him?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. She asked him if he was. Did he help Michael Cohen? Or did he have conversations with Michael Cohen about a pardon? Or did Michael Cohen something to do with?
Ah,
I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to exactly, but something. Well, you can watch the episode. You'll see it. But something to do with. Did he know Michael Cohen? Long story short, at first he played it off. Those of you that know George Santos, he's a personality, and at first he started, responded no, like LOL. Then he pretended that she had the wrong number. Then he said that he doesn't know Michael Cole, that he met Michael Cole one time. Michael Cole one time at an event.
right.
And Tara is responding that to me. So, Zeb, what we do is right away I said, listen,
Yeah.
it's time to take out the receipts.
Your phone,
Here
your
come the
very
receipts.
valuable phone. There's so much information on that phone.
And, I took out the text messages showing, when I sent the information to George, introduced him to Michael, and Tara is texting Santos, wait, Lev has the receipts. Lev has the
Yeah.
receipts. Like, Michael Cohen. So he's like, why is Lev getting me into what's going on? And she's like, well, me and Lev are inviting you now live on Substack. Why don't you, George, come up and tell us your interaction with Michael Cohen?
Yeah.
So obviously, from that point, it went haywire. They disconnected. Michael Cohen sent her some cockamamie response. I mean, if I could read it to you guys, I mean,
Yeah. Sure. You just.
this is how crazy this is. So he responded to
This is
her.
all happening live on
Um,
Substack earlier on when Tara Palmieri and
yeah,
Lev Parnas were on, and this is a name from the past, but it's part of this crew of people that have surrounded Donald Trump and the GOP in the recent past, and to think of those two together is actually kind of funny in weird ways because I just can't see them getting along that well. Um, but what was the upshot of that text message?
so the quote from Michael Cohen to respond. So remember, Tara Palmieri is asking Michael Cohen about his relationship with George Santos and if he's asking for a pardon. Correct.
Right.
So this is how Michael Cohen responded to her. Quote: Jassy Jackson Jr. and I have forwarded a document called TPO, Trump Emancipation Proclamation Order. So I gotta stop right there for a second.
What is that?
Wait, I gotta stop right there. So Michael Cohen and Jesse Jackson have put together a letter, and it's called the Trump Emancipation. I didn't even read it. This is the first time I'm reading it.
That's
Trump
hilarious.
Emancipation Proclamation Order. It's called TPO, that would pardon 70 million nonviolent felons. who have completed their sentences pursuant to the order of sentencing judge. Lev, here he puts me here. Lev would be one of those who would benefit if it gets signed.
How many 70 million people he was going to pardon? Is that what he said?
Se- seven, 70, 70 million.
70, 70.
70, 70. No, but
He's
but
joking, I think. I mean, who knows?
he named it, dude. He named it the Trump petition.
Emancipation petition. It's hilarious, really. Is he serious?
I
Do you think
didn't
he's
even.
serious? Do you think he's serious about this?
No, he's
No.
very serious. He's no very serious. He brought. Well, see what a lot of people don't know. They missed it about right when Joe Biden left office.
Hmm.
A few months after, Michael Cohen had one of these meltdowns, and him and Jesse Jackson, because he reached out to me and he wanted me to join them in this letter
Right.
where they blamed Biden for not giving them a pardon, and how Trump should now give them a pardon on this whole thing. And him and Jesse Jackson were going to give him, this Democratic vote because he would pardon 70 million people. The 70 million people would vote for Donald Trump because he would pardon them. So this is this whole. So I said to him, I thought he's crazy. I said I didn't even believe that this was. He didn't
It
tell me
sounds
he named it
crazy. It
after
sounds like
Trump.
it's made up. Like it sounds completely out of left field.
Oh, by the way, I think Waj is here.
Okay, let me pull Waj in.
Some people said, yeah,
Yeah, let me see if I
bring
can make
Waj
that
in.
happen.
I think Waj is in. Let's see. But
Requires a little
Zev
fancy
is trying
footwork.
out new technology here, guys. So, and I think Dean is here. Or I
Oh,
think he just
really?
popped up. Dean's. I don't see him, but I think
Well,
his
I sent
screen's
Waj a
coming up.
link, and I don't see him attached to. I don't see him popping up yet. So Waj,
Oh, here. I
no,
see.
I
I
see
see
that, but I don't
Waj.
see him. I don't see his video feed.
Oh,
So Waj, I did
okay.
send you a link. I'll resend it to you. Um,
Yeah.
and we'll get back to it in just a
Yeah.
second. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
going, and then I'll see
Yeah.
if I can get them both on.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. So where was I? I'm sorry. I got a
You were
little
talking
bit.
about the Biden emancipation thing, and this was a
Oh
response to the.
yes, 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 yes. So he was. So I didn't know he called it the Trump emancipation. So They wrote this letter, an op-ed at the time, and he got a little negative result. And basically, I guess he dropped it. So
Mhm.
now, when he came out with this letter last week, saying blaming Letitia James and Alvin Bragg for coercing him into testifying against Donald Trump. Just think about his responses. We ask him about the Epstein files. He
Yeah.
responds with, Letitia James coerced me into lying. Okay, we ask him about Letitia James coercing him into lying. He brings up Jesse Jackson and the emancipation. It's like where's Waldo? It's like we keep chasing. Like it's unbelievable. Like I don't know how
Yeah,
to
that is a
like how to say
crazy
it.
statements. I just can't believe that he's out there making. It sounds like a joke, but I mean, maybe he's serious. Maybe he thinks that you'll accept a pardon if you be if we're amongst all these other people that were pardoned. How does he get to 70 million? He's also there's not 70 million
because
people that are
because because yeah, he's considering that 70 million people that have been at one point incarcerated and let
okay.
out and are so
Oh, like
the-
so in a
and
long time.
so basically that's why he feels that I would benefit also. So he feels that once you served your time, again, listen, the idea is a great idea. I mean, I don't disagree with maybe the concept of because once you serve your time, once you do your crime, once you give your, I think
Yeah,
in the United States, that it's tremendous, and that's certain things we could get into one day, as far as but this is not. This has nothing to do with what we're talking
yeah.
about. Like, so yeah,
Oh,
so a few days. Yeah, go ahead.
I
Go
just
ahead. I'm
wonder if
sorry.
this. Do you think this is an admission that he is actually trying to get a pardon from the president? Because he's
Yeah.
been. This is exactly what we've been talking about. That his sudden about face appears to be because he wants to get a pardon. So he's going to go and testify that his evidence was coerced in order to get the president off these charges, these 34 counts that he's been found guilty on, and get a pardon in exchange for it.
He's not hiding it, Zev. He's actually been in his letters. I mean, I just read them because just to see what's up to him. But in the past, since even all of his letters and things that he's talking about now, he writes in there that yes, I want a pardon. Yes, I wanted to get. He doesn't hide it. He
Mm.
doesn't. That's the whole thing. That's why it's not like he's hiding it or saying he's trying to deflect from the main message, and he's just
This is the
trying to
first
get
time
to
Sorry,
we
the
are
way.
hearing Michael.
sorry about
Oh
that.
yeah.
I was going to just
Yeah.
play that clip. Sorry, this is brand new technology.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little bit too advanced in it, but finish what your thought was there, and then I'll play this clip.
No, no. Go ahead, play the clip. I'm saying to you, listen, Michael Cohen right now is just trying to like, him and Trump have a lot of similarities. He's doing the weave. He's
Yeah, he's
doing
doing the
like
weave.
Trump would call it. He's doing the weave. He's going like, and then we gotta bring it back into like Trump says, back to all together. So that's what we're trying to do here.
So today you put out a clip that was recorded from CNN. It's not recent; it's an older clip, but it's a clip of Michael Cohen talking, threatening a reporter from the Daily Beast. Set it up for us, and then we'll play it. And then I want to show you a clip that relates to that.
Yeah. So basically, oh, he's Waj is waiting in the call room. He just said,
Okay, well,
check.
I
See,
should be able to
let's
see
see.
him.
Let's
Let me
see.
see.
Let's
It's a
see.
little,
Waj is.
little complicated here getting it all done, but I'm going to get to him, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah,
I
we're gonna
think.
make it
No, I
happen.
still
But
don't see him there. Um, it's weird, Raj. I don't know
you know
why
what?
I can't see you because I should be able to. Let
You want?
me.
Did you resend them the link?
Yeah, I resent the link. You got the new link. It says waiting for him on my side. Um,
And it says that he's saying that he's waiting in the back over there.
I got to find him. Maybe I got to find him. Maybe it's this one. Um, um, keep.
We, we're lo- we're gonna find you, Waj. Stay tuned. we're gonna
You like lost, lost in the, lost in the.
we're
It's good. I don't know why he's not showing up here. Don't give up, Waj. I'm going to find you in a second. Um, I think I'm just trying to do too many things at one time here. There he is.
Oh,
He's
there we go.
there.
We got him. We got him. We
Hey,
got him.
Whew.
Yeah.
Just make me sweat, man. Just trying to get you on, Waj. You're such a big
sorry.
name. I didn't want to lose you.
I'm using the Barbara Walters 2020 hazy light lens for some reason, but so
This
yeah,
is
just
a
forgive
this is a
me.
very. Is this really? Are you using a lens? Because you look
No,
very
no,
good.
I'm
You look
not.
fantastic. Yeah,
I just think it's kind of funky, but that's okay. Just this is me if I have a fair and lovely skin tone. So there you go.
I
You
once went to
you
see
look very
Diane
fresh,
Sawyer's.
Waz. You
Sorry.
look very fresh. I'll tell you.
Can I tell you something without? Okay, so I
Yeah.
talked to Don Lemon because Lev called me and said Michael Cohen was
Yes.
alleging that apparently Don Lemon's good with him, and then Lev asked me to call up Don Lemon. I won't share what Don because Don asked me not to share the exact conversation with Michael, so I won't. But Don's like, no. It's not that he's good with them, and he's asked
Thank you.
Michael,
Thank you.
hey, you have to go explain yourself. You can't just come on unless you explain what happened.
Excellent.
And Michael has been punting on Don for the past 5 days. So that's what I thought.
Thank
And
you
then
so much,
I don't
Waj.
think I
Love
don't
you,
think he
brother.
minds sharing. I asked Don how's he's doing, because for those who don't know, this Trump administration, as it pardons drug traffickers and fraudsters, liars and criminals, it is instead not investigating Officer Ross, who murdered a woman, but now is
Yep.
investigating Jerome Powell, threatening to investigate, well, is investigating Mayor Fry, and now they've threatened to, unleash hell on Don Lemon for exercising his First Amendment right to just be
Yeah.
the press. So instead of investigating Officer Ross, now they're trying their best to go after Don. Don feels very confident. He says he has a team, and he feels like hopefully they won't do it. But if he does it, he's prepared, and he sounded pretty calm. So I
Prepared
just want
for what? Prepared for a arrest or prepared for some sort of what? Can you tell us
Well, I'm
more?
here. Well, I'm here. I'm hearing that they are looking to indict him on several charges. That's why I've been sharing it. I'm with Don and Waj. We're ahead of this. We're trying to make sure to stay on top of this, and that's why I called Waj right away when somebody texted me, and Waj, thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm like, "Phew, really?" Because I couldn't imagine Don supporting him, and I'm glad with that. But yes, they're trying to go after Don Lemon. They're trying to link him up with the BLM group also because there of a video that somebody posted associated with BLM of the actual protest going on. They're also trying to link up into who financed this group, to the money people, and also now subpoenaing people, money, the people that put money up to campaigns of Fry. and also Waltz, and also now they brought in the Attorney General into it also. So yes, this is part of their game because they're trying to decapitate Minnesota, Minneapolis from having any sort of leadership to then invoke the Insurrection Act to be able to take over federally. And me and Waj have been speaking about it. Now, unfortunately, Don is in the middle of this because, like and this is what I say, this is not about agreeing or protest. No, the fact that they're trying to use that and it is disgusting. And the things that I'm hearing, I've been telling Waj, it's not good. They're like, really major press right now.
This sounds like an attack on Substack and Substackers as well. I mean, this Don makes a lot of money and a lot of his income from here, from Substack. And I
And
know
yet,
this is the president is does not love what we do out here on Substack because it's been a different territory for him that he really can't control. He hasn't yet come after us. But as if he's threatening to sue Don, this is really or indict Don. It really is not only a challenge to the First Amendment, but it's a challenge to what we're doing here on Substack. This thriving independent community has not really been struck by anybody legally yet, and yet this would be the first time that someone would be arrested for doing just what is essentially reporting. I mean, regardless of
that's
whether
all he did.
he didn't do anything that
Oh,
was
well, I'll
ridiculously
give you even. I'll,
illegal.
gi- I'll give you even more. I'll give you some more information. I forgot to tell you, Roger. So we'll break some more stuff. One of the people actually pushing behind the scenes that I'm hearing to get Don indicted and push against him, and you're gonna love this name, Elon Musk.
Of
Of
So,
course,
course,
so
of course.
Elon Musk is one of the main candidates behind the push behind the scenes, and Trump even mentioned Don's name yesterday at his crazy press
yeah,
conference
that's
before he
right.
got on the plane. He didn't mention it by name, so it's I wouldn't be talking about this. Is not a joke, folks. I've
Yeah,
been
not a
hearing
joke.
about it already
Because
for
people
three
don't
days.
follow right
This
wing
is
media,
very
Lev, right?
serious here.
Yeah, because people don't
Yeah.
follow right wing media because you're normal, insane, and unmasochistic like us. But for the past few days, right wing media is to distract and deflect, and also, because Don is a black gay man, that is very
Mhm.
also on point. What they've tried to do is like go after Don Lemon, how dare you? And now they're trying to rile up white Christian nationalists because a few protesters very nonviolently decided to protest a specific church because they allege, and I think now it has been confirmed that the one of the pastors of that church is the field agent, a border,
Yeah,
a patrol, an ICE
feel it for the ice.
agent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And not just an agent, but
Wow.
an overseer. And
Well,
then so there was no violence. Some people were discomforted, whether you agree with the protest or not. Don just followed them in and in recorded and ask them for comment.
mm,
And so now in the perpetual right wing grievance, where they're perfectly fine with unarmed, with masked armed ICE agents murdering a woman in cold blood, that's okay, Zev and Lev.
yeah.
But oh my God, a church, is temporarily, a peaceful protest in a church. Now you have to crush skulls. And like you said, Zev, the reason why this is so dangerous, he wants to make an example out of Don,
Hmm.
and Don has three strikes: black man, gay man, and also, wait for it, the press, enemy of the people.
yep,
So it's
yep,
chum. It's pure
yep.
chum for the
Yeah,
base. And for them, they've been riled up for the last couple of days, and they want Don's head, and they want Don to bend the knee. And if Don bends the knee, that means, oh, great, we can just steamroll over everyone else.
he is also suing Elon Musk, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they ever settled that
Is
case
he?
because
Oh, wow.
Elon Musk hired Don Lemon to be one of the new X contributors when he took over
Right, right,
X,
right.
and that didn't work out
That's
so
right.
well. There
There
was a
was
bad
something. That's
interview.
right. That's right. Right. That's
So
right. They had something. You're right. I remember on X,
they had a
Don
crazy
was supposed
interview.
to come on, and they. Wow, I forgot all about that. That's right.
So maybe that's why they're
That's right.
suing
But
him.
yeah, no, he is still. Oh wow. Because, but I know Elon Musk is pushing the charge behind the scenes to make an example of Don. And you're right. It's not. He has three strikes. He's gay. He's black, and he's what's it called? A
Okay.
Substack right now, independent journalist. Which we've been talking all along that this is what Trump's going to come after eventually, and that's why we have to stay strong, be loud, and get it together and get him out of office as quick as possible because folks, this is moving at lightning speeds. Like, I mean, just think about what even happened today. We'll get later into Greenland. I mean,
Mhm.
folks, this is crazy stuff. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Zeb.
No, I was going to say there's been a lot of attempts now to attack Substack. There's the Sasha Riley story, which I'm convinced more than ever was a disinformation operation. You've got several people I've noticed recently online on the notes feed who are attacking all of us just because we've been uncovering Michael Cohen or whatever. These are accounts that I've never seen before with very few
Right.
followers and clearly of Russian origin because they can't really speak English. But this is we didn't used to have that here on Substack, but now you've got sort of it feels like a lot more going on to try and silence this community or at least discredit this community.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the fact that it was Ellie Leonard's fantastic subscriber who remains anonymous, who found that smoking gun that shows that Michael Cohen, when he was in prison, reached out with the Rule 35 consideration to get a commutation of his sentence because he apparently had the goods or some goods on Epstein and Trump. I mean, that's remarkable, right? And I think right now, Substack, yes, it has some right wingers on it, but it still hasn't been overtaken or bombarded by the MAGAs. There's some, the free press is here, but no one goes to the free press. It's hyperinflated, right? So you got some of these folks, but we have actually really come in the past year and 2 years and made sure that they haven't conquered the space like they have conquered Twitter. And with the Epstein files, we've always said this is Achilles' cankle, and he cannot escape it. So much so that I'm sure I'm sure you've already talked about it, right? That the House is perfectly fine with the Donald Trump going 1 month and 1 day bypassing what was mandated by Congress to release the Epstein files, but they're going to hold the Clintons under contempt. So what I said is hold the Clintons under contempt. Thursday would be a great day to release the Epstein files. And speaking about Sasha Riley, I'm glad you said that, Zev. There's a reason why a lot of people in our comment section for the past 2 weeks, they've been saying, talk about Sasha, talk about Sasha, talk about Sasha. And what I want to tell all of our viewers, respective viewers and collective viewers, is the following. A lot of people can come on and get clicks by giving you the latest story. A lot of people can get on and get eyeballs. A lot of people can get on and make a lot of money. But they do a disservice to the truth. They do a disservice to their integrity. They do a disservice to their standing. They do a disservice also to the survivors. The Sasha Riley story, I agree with you, Zev. I had Ellie on. Ellie also did a great post yesterday. It always rang a bit untrue to me, and I always wanted to make sure before even bringing it up that it was kosher. My spidey sense on that has always been and when Ellie says and Julie Brown, the Pulitzer-winning reporter of Miami Herald, says why run with it, Zev and Lev?
I mean, this just doesn't make sense. Chronologically, it doesn't make sense. It's impossible for that to have all happened in the way he describes. It doesn't mean something didn't happen to him. Maybe something happened to him. But it certainly didn't happen with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump in those years because they didn't even know each other. And we enough of us have done enough digging into their lives to know that they wouldn't have known each other at that point, at least, and certainly not conducting any operation involving snuff films and all sorts of things. So, it doesn't ring true. Which makes you think, well, what is it? It must be a operation then, because why target all these people on Substack? Very specifically going after people like Ellie, very specifically 100%. Going after people like, myself and others. Why would you do that if you weren't trying to discredit these people by capturing them, basically, by catching them reporting something incorrect or lying about something? Then they could turn around and say, hey, you guys aren't trustworthy or aren't credible on this 100%. On the subject. So, I think it's real, and I think it's happening to us in many ways. And this Don Lemon story is a piece of that. And I think people need to really think about that because it's, this is a very potent force that has developed here on Substack. Really, I think the work you guys have done, all Dean and everybody has done, it's just phenomenal how much attention we're getting on stories. This whole Epstein story would probably not even be in the news if it weren't, or this law might not have even been passed if it wasn't for the efforts of this community to keep the Epstein story alive. And we should get back to it because I did want to play this clip that you shared earlier on of Michael Cohen from when he was threatening a Daily Mail reporter. I don't remember when this was, but a Daily Beast reporter.
Let me set it up quickly, right before watch. Okay, so this is basically I think in 2015. This is a Daily Beast reporter, was basically calling and asking when Ivana Trump, at that time Donald Trump's ex-wife, came out and claimed that he raped her. And the reporter called Michael Cohen and asked about the rape, and this is Michael Cohen's response, and this is. You can play it.
Okay, let's see if it makes it, if it actually plays. Let's try this.
This is the first time we are hearing Michael Cohen's voice on tape making threats as it's been widely reported he would often do as the president's personal attorney. But let me give you some context. This was a recording from a July 2015 call between Cohen and Tim Mack, who was a Daily Beast reporter at the time, now currently with NPR. And Mack, who I spoke with today on the phone, said he recorded the conversation. He said the decision to release this audio today came after discussions in NPR's newsroom about Cohen's pattern of threats. Take a listen.
You write a story that has Mr. Trump's name in it with the word rape, and I'm going to mess your life up for the rest, for as long as you're on this freaking planet. I'm going to turn around. You're going to have judgments against you for so much money, you'll never know how to get out from underneath it.
All right, what's that threat about? In 2015, Mack reached out to Cohen for comment on a story the Daily Beast was running about a rape accusation Ivana Trump made in divorce proceedings about Donald Trump. She later walked back this claim, and after the Daily Beast story was published, Ivana told CNN the story was without merit. On the recording, though, you hear Cohen speaking as an employee of the Trump organization, telling Mack you could not legally rape your spouse, a comment he ultimately apologized for making. Now, there's 7 minutes of audio that were published today by NPR, and Mack said he can't remember how long the conversation lasted, but characterized it as starting off reasonable and then escalating, something referenced in the recording. Here's some more.
I'm warning you. Tread very lightly, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be disgusting. Do you understand me? Don't think you're going to hide behind your pen, because it's not going to happen.
Oof. Mack says neither Cohen nor his attorneys have responded for comment to this audio being released today. But back in 2015, Cohen characterized his words as inarticulate and saying Mack's questions sent him into a tailspin. Now, we also reached out to Michael Cohen for comment today, but we haven't heard back.
Well, I remember that story. That's that guy. You know, Michael Cohen's not a nice guy, obviously, but that's a hell of a way to treat a reporter.
Well, I put out there. I put it out there today because
sorry.
I wanted to. Oh, sorry.
I accidentally had his audio off, but I'll get it back. I think you're back there now.
Yeah. So the reason I put it out there is because a lot of people are, forgot who Michael Cohen is. They forgot what his job was, and they forgot the type of person he was. And if you take a look, it's a pattern. If you take a look at the way Donald Trump, he also starts off normally, and then if you push his buttons, he starts attacking you. Same thing Michael Cohen's been doing. He did the same thing with you, Zev. Remember, remember, Waj? We were doing a beautiful norm until you press the wrong button. All of a sudden, he wants you to choke. Same thing he did to Tara Palmieri. I'm saying to you, and that is who he is. He couldn't handle himself. So and that's why I posted, for people not to forget who the real Michael Cohen, because right now Michael Cohen is going on this victim campaign, saying he's this victim. He's writing these letters like that when he was in prison, it's only your survivor. I mean, the grift is disgusting, folks. I don't even want to repeat it, but go ahead, Wash. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, what I was saying is it shows you his character, but also look at the timeline, right? So if he is if he's Donald Trump's Luca Brasi, which is an exquisite Godfather 1 reference, his hitman, his right-hand man, right? And he does the dirty work that no one else does, which includes illegally paying off Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal, right, for client number one, individual number one, which is Donald Trump, right, which is part of the case in which Donald Trump was convicted by his jury of his peers for 34 counts of falsifying business information, right? What did he do? He bought off these women, threatened them, bought them off, all right? So you're going to shut your mouth. Okay, I'll pay you off. Shut your mouth, right? Then we see how he behaved with Tim Mack, who is a really good reporter. You better shut your mouth, or else I'm going to show you. You better shut your mouth. And then around this same time, folks, and again, now this is the conjecture part, and we try to separate fact from us just thinking out loud and trying to connect the dots for you. Around this time, Donald Trump's running for president. It's 2015, 2016. Around this time, he pays off Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels. Around this time, right, later, it's found out that he participated with Donald Trump. Donald Trump should be in jail also because he's a convicted criminal, but this is America. Michael Cohen's in jail at 2019. In 2019, now we find out, thanks to Ellie Leonard's fantastic subscriber who wants to remain anonymous, that his attorneys decided to approach the Southern District of New York with the Rule 35 consideration. Layman's terms, I have some goods. You might want it. Commute my sentence. Okay. What are those goods? Epstein and Trump. What happened? Epstein just got arrested in 2019. Okay, Karen, what's the pseudonym left? Karen Johnson, right?
Katie Johnson.
Katie Johnson.
Around the same time, 2016, when Donald Trump is running for president, Michael Epstein is his right-hand man. Michael Epstein is the one doing the dirty work. All of a sudden, Katie Johnson, who has a very credible allegation against Epstein and Trump for rape with a really graphic description of what they did. All of a sudden, Zev and Lev, poof, the case goes
Yeah.
away, he disappears. So, who was in Trump's orbit at that time who has a history and reputation of shaking down, buying off, and threatening women? That's all I'm saying.
And
I mean,
can I
that's
add to that, Zeph?
yeah, absolutely. Go
Can I
for
just
it.
add a little more because I think that was great, and we needed to add a little more context to it. So then, when pushed about this time frame, Zev, by Tara and by Zev, Michael Cohen's response is that there was another Jane Doe.
Hmm.
So this gets even worse and complicated. He thinks he's bettering the story. So now he tells a story about another child victim that supposedly complained about being raped by Epstein and Trump. Another Jane Doe that basically he hired a private investigator to go locate her, to go find her, which is insane that he's explaining this to us.
Yeah, and she's
And
a
he's
victim of a
talking about
crime.
right. He's basically giving us this story, thinking that it's okay that he's getting away from the Katie Johnson story, but meanwhile he's really telling the Katie Johnson story at the same time, but putting this way. So Zev, with his incredible investigative work, after he did that, the next morning he sends a simple text.
Mm.
Michael, can you please give us the case number of that other Jane Doe? Simple, right?
Yeah, it has to be there.
This is
The
why
case
he
there has to be a number
there
for
is
that
no
case if
case.
it existed.
There,
There isn't.
right. So there's no case. Michael Cohen has admitted in front of the whole world that he has dealt with a Jane Doe. So Michael Cohen has dealt with an underage case.
Hmm.
The only case file that we have there is Katie Johnson. So
Mm.
you know what, folks? He needs to answer those questions under oath. And this is the tricky part, Waj and Zev, because Michael Cohen has gone on a campaign. A lot of people have been DMing me, hey, Lev, don't worry. Michael is going. He said he's going to go testify under oath. He's reached out to James Comer.
He's not reaching out to James Comer.
No. He did. He did.
Yeah,
I'm
he did.
laughing because you wait till I tell you this is good. You're gonna love this guy.
Yeah.
He's such a con artist. It's not even funny. First of all, I have Monday. I'm going to be breaking some news, guys, about James Comer and the Clintons. I'm working on a story. We got so it was going to be really big because of the subpoena right now and the Clintons and stuff. But he did reach out to Comer's team because I have very close sources on that side of the field. And what he's planning on testifying and what they're planning on bringing him in is about his coercion story about
Mm.
Tisha James and Alvin Bragg, not about the
Oh,
Epstein files,
okay.
not about what's it, nothing to do with Epstein,
Just to clean
specifically
up that
about
one piece of it.
okay, to clean up that one piece. So that's where I got the idea, and I said right away, well, if he wants to go in to testify Comer, why can't the Democrats right now, if they can't subpoena him, let's put the pressure on worldwide. Let him come in and testify under oath in front of Congress right now about what he knows, if he's willing to testify. So this way we don't have a game. So we have a petition, guys, signed up. It's to have not only Michael Cohen. I don't know if you've seen it, Watch, but it's for Michael Cohen, for Steve Bannon, and Michael Wolff. These three people are in the first Epstein dump. We don't have to wait till the next Epstein dump. When the next Epstein dump comes, if it ever
Mm.
comes, we will look into it. But right now, we have to deal with what we have. We know factually, number one, Steve Bannon, all over the Epstein files, involved with Epstein, involved with Trump during the campaign. We have him talking with the Russians, all kinds of stuff. Plenty of questions to ask. We know Michael Wolff himself said it. He has videos, pictures on Waj's live Substack. He
Yeah.
said, I have all this stuff. Waj confronted him, said, why won't you share it? He gave some cockamamie story, and as soon as the Epstein files came out, what happened? He disappeared. He's raking in some money writing letters, but he's nowhere to be found, won't come to no interviews, won't respect. And again, Ellie's great reporting with Zev showed that Michael Wolff was a lot more than just a journalist, as he wanted to call.
Yeah.
He had a lot more relationship and conversation. So he has a lot of answering to do. And then finally, last but not least, our own Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, his name is in the Epstein file, black and
Not
white,
mine.
where he's
Not my Michael
yeah.
Cohen.
Not your name. No.
Yeah. You said our own Michael Cohen. No, no, no.
Not your own, not your guy.
Thank you. Not of our guy. I agree with you. That was kind of stupid of you. But I agree with you. But he happens to be in the Epstein files alongside Steve Bannon, Michael Wolff, and it's in black and white, clear as ever, saying that he has information about Donald Trump and Epstein. So just on that, these people need to be called in right now. Congress should be able to walk and chew gum at the same time while we're petitioning, while we're going out there, while we have already certain people that we know that. Let's start the procedures. Let's get them, and
Totally,
not
yeah,
behind closed
absolutely.
doors.
And there's
just like we're
more.
doing. So,
And there's
yeah.
more because I'm about to play a clip from his testimony. He has testified in front of Congress before. At one time, he lied. He had to come back a second time, clear it all up. This is a clip of him describing how many times he had to do some cleanup work for Donald Trump. It's an astounding clip just because the honesty around it and the number is stunning. So let's see if I can make this play here. I'm so for a server here, so let me know.
How many times did Mr. Trump ask you to threaten an individual or entity on his behalf?
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably. Over the 10 years.
Over the 10 years, he asked you.
And when you say threaten, I'm talking with litigation or an argument with
Intimidation.
a nasty reporter that is writing an article.
What do you know about, let's go to your tapes. You said there's probably 100 tapes?
Voice recordings,
Voice recordings. And will you make them available to the committee?
if you would really like them.
Did Mr. Trump tape
Don't you have to gavel that, sir?
We would.
Sorry.
Mr. Trump, did Mr. Trump tape any conversations?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
500 times he threatened somebody. 500 times. And he's expecting us to believe that it doesn't include Katie Johnson, that this particular case just somehow didn't happen. But all the others he did, the Katie McDougals, the Stormy Daniels, every other case, 500 of them he did. But none of these. I mean, it's a stunning number.
Doing the math, that's 50 people a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
About 4 to 5 people a month, right?
Yeah.
And around the time Donald Trump's running for president, he's, again, folks, a jury of his peers convicted him, falsifying business records for them payoff to Stormy Daniels, like you said, Karen McDougal. And you're telling me all of a sudden this victim, this Jane Doe, that it does exist. We don't know who she is. She used that pseudonym, who's disappeared. We're just supposed to believe that he doesn't know anything about it. And I think the reason why this is a big deal, because, Zev and Lev, a lot of people are saying, who cares about Michael Cohen? I understand. I have nothing against him personally. This is not like any petty vengeance, right? But what we're seeing is just look at the timeline. First and foremost, we're witnessing the biggest political cover-up in modern history. This is a cover-up. It's happening in plain sight. Wall Street Journal reported last spring that Pam Bondi told Donald Trump he's in the Epstein files. He's been lying about it since. He still has given no explanation why Ghislaine Maxwell is getting pampered and yoga, and we all know why. But who authorized? Who told the Bureau of Prison to give her the type of special treatment that no one's ever gotten, right? The fact that it's been a month and 1 day, they still haven't released the Epstein files, only released 2% of it, and they tried to redact it, but they failed in their redaction so much that you still had stuff come out, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. And then finally, what we're seeing is with Michael Cohen last week when this slipped up, Tara Palmieri, Ellie Leonard, when it came to this Rule 35 consideration, he has been blowing up on people left and right. Whenever it comes to Katie Johnson, he blows up on people. When it comes to people asking about Epstein, he's just been acting so weird. Then we got the smoking gun, the Rule 35 consideration in the Epstein files. Then what does he do, folks, last week? He decides last Friday, I was just sitting on this information for 7 years. Let me now randomly change my entire story, Zev, and tell the world that Letitia James and Alvin Bragg coerced me using the same language that Lisa Murkowski used to accuse what Donald Trump is doing, literally through his Justice Department, going after literally everyone, Senator Kelly, Jerome Powell, and others. And then, right as he does that, folks, you have to know how right-wing media works. As soon as Michael publishes that Substack, it was all over right-wing media. Now, you guys are normies, so you don't follow right-wing media, but I follow it. All over right-wing media, they're like, oh, look at this, deep state, deep state. And even Mr. friggin' craps in his diapers and falls asleep, Donald Trump then came out and said, see, deep state, fake, blah, 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 right? And now you see this this other, like you were saying that the Riley story, which were like, that seems like too predictable. Thank God none of us ran with it.
Yeah.
And now more and more what happened today, and for distraction, less than a week after that, they're not going to release the files. Oh, no. They're not going to call, billionaire Leslie Wexner to talk. They're not going to call on Michael Cohen. They're not going to call on all these other people. Who are they going after? The Clintons. The Clintons, Zev. And oh, yeah, they still haven't released the files. So, I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's literally happening in front of your face. It's all bait and switch distraction. And it seems like Michael seems like a big cog in here, that he might be able to have the information. That could be, like, bro, simple question, Levin, Zev, and Nick.
Yeah.
Why did your attorneys reach out in 2019 to SDNY? When you said you have information or you've heard Donald Trump discuss Epstein, great. What did you hear?
You know what all of this tells me, Waj, is that Donald Trump has been following all of what we've been doing here on Substack, because all of this has really triggered him. I mean, it seems to me that bringing Michael Cohen back into the fold must have been done for a reason. And was that reason the fact that memo, that email showed up where, he was going to be connected, and Michael Cohen potentially was going to connect Epstein and Trump. And knowing that, you'd want to bring Michael Cohen back into the fold and say, let's make a deal. Let's do something here to stop you from doing that, which, links back to Don Lemon and the whole other thing we were talking about, and how Substack is probably provoking the president quite a bit. Nick, you've been watching from the lobby. Sorry for leaving you so long there. But what are your thoughts as you're watching the conversation here?
Hey, Nick, I'm sorry, before you go, I want to add something, Zev, something very important, something we broke with Tara that's important to it, because there's more to what you were saying about Michael Cohen and this whole thing. Oh my God, what were we just saying?
You were talking about the pardon with the Tara earlier on, but we were talking about the president knowing everything about the about what we've been doing on Substack. Yeah,
and timing.
I'll get back to it. Go ahead, Nick. I'll get back something, because it's something important, and I'll get back to it, because I was going to comment on what Waj was saying is important, but I'll add to it. I'll remember.
Timing, I think, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that, hey, thanks for having me on. It's good to see y'all. The thing that I want to know a lot of questions about, that that I think, Zev, you alluded to at the beginning, is something that Michael broke during the panel that we had with him, was the Palm Beach sale, and the Palm Beach mansion sale, and how he said he led that sale to the Russian oligarch and Russian family, or whatever business dealings and chain they did to do that, but the money laundering that went through there. And I think the timing is more, I think Donald Trump cares more about that than he does about,
I think it's true,
any of the sexual assault.
I remembered, actually, no.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Liv. We're waiting. Don't want to hear it.
It's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important, because Donald Trump. No, Nick, you're right. The financial, they're worried, but no, because a lot of things went into motion. So one of my sources is also telling me, and now I'm, me and Tara spoke about. She's looking into it. Zev, you're more than welcome to look into it. I got Ellie looking into it, but. The reason why Trump and everything, the right wing went into quick motion, is Michael Cohen also mentioned that there is another proffer letter. So after this conversation, so you got to understand how this works. If you look at the way that letter is they did not believe, they did not respond. They basically said, we need to know more information. So what I'm being told happened is that the lawyers went back to Cohen. Cohen gave them a little bit more information just to wet their beaks, but not enough. So there's another letter from Cohen's lawyers internally there about something to do with Trump and Epstein. That's why one of the major chain of events that we saw that people couldn't connect the dots. We're going to connect them for you right now. Is right after Cohen put out that letter about Tish James. About 2-3 hours later is when you had Pam Bondi come out and say we are no longer going to give you any more of the Epstein
Right.
files because of the special counsel and all of that. That was all because right now Trump and Cohen both know that Cohen let Trump know that there is before that Trump didn't know that Cohen was giving information about him using that the KD Johnson situation, because that's the only thing Trump fears more than anything is the KD Johnson situation, because that was an actual rape of a minor, and if that comes out, that's something there that he has there's nothing to that was going to protect him from. So when people say Trump is scared, and Cohen, they both are scared of that one thing that linked the actual facts, because Cohen started spilling some of the beans. So some of the white cleaning up right now that I'm hearing is going on is they're trying to find also that other
Well, I think Nick
profit
is
that
right too. I
Cohen
think
did.
what Nick is what the financial crime around the house in Palm Beach is significant. And what he said during the interview really triggered me. I had to go back and look at it, listen to it again the other day. He talked about the amount of money Trump had in 2008. Something, he said $1.5 billion and no debts. And I was like, well, how was that the case? That's not any, and that is a very important clue. And on Friday, when I do the next greatest heist, I'm going to explain how all of that ties into the Jeffrey Epstein collapse of 2008. There's a direct connection between how Trump got debt free and had $1.5 billion, and the triggering of the 2008 crash. And I think it is very significant. And I think maybe they were spooked by what he was saying, because he probably didn't mean to say it out loud, exactly how much Trump was worth at that time. I was really surprised by that estimate, because we've always assumed Donald Trump is broke all the time. He's always bankrupt. But how did he have all this money? And there's a really interesting answer to that. And I'm going to keep it till Friday, because I can't tell you yet. But you're going to hear about it on Friday. But you're right, Nick. You're right to point it out. Can I play one more thing quickly, because it's here? And this is Michael Cohen, and this is Donald Trump talking about Michael Cohen. And I think this is 2000 and I don't know where it is. Let's listen and try to figure it out.
To ask Michael Cohen. Michael's an attorney, and you'll have to ask Michael Cohen.
Do you know where he got the money to make that payment?
I don't know. No.
I mean, this is, I love the way he talks about people whenever he's over them, so he doesn't even want to admit that he's their attorney. But that distancing and what happened at that time is very relevant, I think, to exactly what he did with Stormy Daniels. Remember, he got paid 12 months in a row by Donald Trump for hiding the Stormy Daniels, payments that he did. That's a significant amount of money for someone who's, claiming he doesn't even know him.
So, interesting thing you bring up about Stormy Daniels. So the guys on the Find Out podcast just interviewed her.
That's right.
And it sounds like there was a second payoff attempt last year. It sounds like he tried to do the same fucking thing. Donald Trump tried to pay her off and silence her again last year.
I just watched that before I got to the air, because I was really surprised by that.
More.
Yeah.
There is so much more to what happened with Stormy Daniels. Lev, I think, Zev, Lev, you got Waj, get her on. Fucking get her on. She has basically been canceled on the internet. And I think she has so much information to reveal about what's going on, and so much truth that could be told just from what she knows, because the only thing we ever heard was, did he have sex with her? I don't give a shit if he had sex with Stormy Daniels. I care about what she knows about, and what her association to that network is and how close it is, and if she knew anything just by being in those rooms. And did he try to pay her off a second fucking time during the second or the third presidential run? That's a huge deal.
A huge deal, of course.
If it comes out that he tried to pay off the same porn star again, shit, what are we even trying to do here, guys?
Yeah.
And I know Michael Cohen doesn't have anything to do with that second one. Or I
Are you
hope
sure?
he wouldn't. I mean,
I don't
you
know.
never know. You
I don't
never know.
know.
I can't defend him. I can't. You're right. I can't defend him on that. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I can't be the one to say he's not. But like, this is just a pattern of that same behavior.
Yep.
And it's a corruption. And I'm doing a whole series on masculinity. And I timed the articles that came out at the beginning of this week because of what happened with Michael Cohen. And it's the first article is basically me calling Michael Cohen out and calling him a punk and being like, dude, you're a fucking weak, fragile man who can't own up to responsibility and accountability and take consequences for the actions that you took. And if you're not able to do that, step the fuck out of the spotlight. Like, just go away, man.
But of course he can't. I mean, he's just a bully. Like, we watched Donald Trump do it as well this week with Greenland. He was bullying the entire European, every single European nation.
As long as we
And
don't wake up to Greenland being invaded.
it's not going to be invaded.
They're all like that. Zev, it's all cosplaying. They're all cosplay crusaders, and they all have daddy issues. They're all deeply insecure. Secure, confident men don't behave like this. Their loathing of women is a reflection of the loathing of themselves, but they fail to actually admit that they're broken, so they take it out on everyone else. They have weak chins, weak knees, weak ankles. Just look at the ICE folks. ICE folks, Donald Trump, all of them. And I'll give some breaking news, and this should infuriate everyone because they're all the same type of person, right, in the MAGA sphere. The recent death of an ICE detainee in Texas, this is breaking news as of 5 minutes ago. 55-year-old Geraldo Lunas Campos was a homicide, officially ruled as a homicide, which means that ICE agents murdered this man, a detainee. Zev and Lev and Nick. How many
was
other
that the one where he choked him?
It choked him. He was saying, "I can't breathe," reminiscent of George Floyd, and people heard him say that. And I mean, it's
autopsy confirmed officially. ICE detainee Geraldo Lunas Campos. His death has been deemed a homicide. He was detained in Texas.
And why was he detained? Was there any good reason for detaining him? I mean, was he just one of these like pickups in the middle of the street that, hey, you don't look white, so we're going to arrest you? I mean,
you're brown. You're brown. You're going down.
Yeah.
You look un-American. It seems it's such a sad story, and yet another indictment on ICE. We're out of time. It's almost 8:00. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. I think we covered some good terrain. Lev, Waj, Nick, you've got what do you call it? Shameless promotion time.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah. So go ahead. I don't know who wants to go first. Lev, do you want to go first? You seem to be got a lot of things to talk about.
Sure. I mean, like, unfortunately, I want to get some rest. I would rather not have something to talk about, but it's been a crazy beginning of the year, folks. We ended off with a bang. We started off with a bang, and we're watching, this thing play out in front of our eyes. What we saw play out in Greenland, again, no coincidence. This is all played out. I told you a couple of days ago, I think we were on Waj's show, or we were talking about it, and I said to you, this is fear mongering. They were never going to attack Greenland. He was never planning it. It was all threat for you to take your eye off the ball, which was important, which was the Epstein files, which nobody talks about but us, thank God, here on Substack, and also what is taking place in Venezuela, another place nobody's talking about. All of a sudden, the fentanyl stopped. All of a sudden, we have no drug dealing. All of a sudden, life is beautiful. And in the meantime, he's praising his relationship with the Maduro regime. It's just incredible. The media is spinning their wheels, following him to Davos. Yesterday, they spent 30 minutes about his airplane turning back and forth. They'll talk about everything, and he knows it, plays it, loves it. That's why it's so important for each and every one of you out here. And I'm speaking on behalf of all of us. Support independent journalists, because this is what you have. And like Zev said earlier, like Wash said, like Nick saying to you, he's coming after Substack eventually. So, and the only way we could win is with numbers, with strength, and with support, because we showed what we could do when he tried to take out Kimmel and others. Those are examples. When we stand up, when we let our voices be heard, we show, and we did that with the Epstein files, and we need to do it again. And that's why I hope each and every one of you could sign our petition so we could get accountability for the survivors. And please, if you can, subscribe. Subscriptions are free to all four of us. None of us here the most important thing is to make sure that we get the information out to you. But also, it's extremely important. Each one of us does that for a living. We all have kids, we all have families, we all have rent and bills to pay. day. So if you appreciate the work that we're doing, if you appreciate we're out there, please go support, because these guys can't promote them, so I'm going to promote them for you. Make sure, I mean, the amount that Waj, Nick, Zev, these guys are asking, it's less than a cup of Starbucks a month. And the information and the work you'll get like nowhere else. So I will say that. So please go out there, make sure you make your voices loud and clear, sign the petition today, and subscribe to everybody here.
And I'll just add quickly, folks, there's more of us than there are of them. I want you to take solace in that, and I want you to really know that we have the numbers. And furthermore, Donald Trump is now negative double digits on every single issue. He's projecting strength because he's weak. They've overreached on immigration. They've overreached on the economy. They've overreached on the Epstein files. And when it comes to the Epstein files, over 80% of Americans, regardless of their political affiliation, say release the Epstein files. Politicians respond to pressure. And right now, you're seeing them finally respond to our pressure because people are sick and tired. It's primary season right now. So it's now time, right now. This is it. This is the one moment we have for perhaps the next 10 years, a generational moment for you all to be loud. Be loud, make your voices heard, pressure them, primary them, release, demand Epstein files. I say abolish ICE. You want to say reform? I don't care. But go after ICE. Most of Americans hate
100%.
ICE. Americans want the release of the Epstein files. Most Americans are sick and tired of this deranged man. Most 84% of Americans do not want military use on Greenland, right? They're weak, and this is a sign of their weakness. So our job is to keep you from being distracted. We can keep on our eye on all the balls being juggled, and we can chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
So give him a paid subscription as well, and as many.
So the Left Hook, Lev, Zev, and Nick, all no paywalls. Please subscribe. If you have some money, great. I have a special on $3.75. If you have no money, it's okay. Just subscribe. Be informed. An informed citizenry is what's necessary to fight fascism.
And you worked so hard. Like you had like 6 hours of live TV today, and you're still going on. It's amazing. Thank you for all the work you're doing, all of you.
He's taught me how to do it at 2:00 in the morning too. I mean,
I know. I saw that the other night. Nick, tell everyone about your great site and where people can find your work.
Yeah, thanks, Zev, Lev, and Waj. It's good to be with you. I'm the only one with a 4-letter first name.
That's true.
When it's shortened here. I'm the dean of the group today. So it's good to be here. I'm host of Sick of This Shit Publications and bannerandbackbone.com. And we do civic content, men's focus. Everything's outside of a paywall. I'm a veteran. I'm trying to make a better place where we can break down white supremacy, where we can talk about the issues that are important, where we have values and dignity and we care and we take accountability for the actions that we take and the consequences that come with those, whether they be good or bad. So abolish ICE, fuck the patriarchy, break down white supremacy, and get the smegalomaniacs out of office.
Well said. All you three and everyone else who does all this great independent journalism really matter. We've seen it tonight with what's happening with the Epstein. If Donald Trump is running from Epstein, it's because of the work these guys are doing and that this community is doing and pushing these issues. And what we saw today with Greenland, this guy ran away the minute the Europeans stood up to him. The minute they sent in a few vessels to Greenland, he ran far, far away. He's so terrified. He has no strength to really put up any fight. And if there's something to take out of this great day that he'd had in Davos, which is of course awful for him, but great for all of us, is that he has no capacity to continue in this. He's got no strength, and he stands down every time a bully stands up to him. We've seen it with Mark Carney, we've seen it with the EU, and we can do it internally. Domestically, we're terrified, but I believe we can stand up to this guy, and I think we are standing up to him. And I think it's going to make a big difference in the year ahead to see whether he survives this term, or at least this until the next elections. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you at home for being here tonight. Thank you for handling my technology. It's always new. Trying new things is always fascinating. I want to show you one fun thing that I think I can do. Let me see if it does it.
Are you going to make us all disappear right now?
I can make you disappear, but I think I can make you do something else. Let me try.
Us all out of here.
Wait, I can't.
Look at this.
Yeah, but wait, it's even fancy. I can do like this, and then we can fly in. Look at that. And then,
Oh
I don't
wow!
know.
Oh
But I'll
wow!
figure out how to do it properly next time.
I like it.
Well, that's it. Goodbye from
I
all of
love
us.
it.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care, guys.